This Metric Monday episode is just about playing guitar in time with the metronome. All right, so it doesn't matter whether you're using a pick or your fingers, whether you're playing funk, bluegrass, or rock and roll. Playing in time is essential. It's just so key to being a super good player, and it's actually fun once you get used to it. So grab yourself a metronome and grab your guitar. Go to our Beyond the Beat YouTube channel if you want, and use one of the metronomes there. Just open up another window. We're just going to start off with just looking at some simple concepts. It's okay to just work on your right hand without doing scales or chords or anything, right? You can work out your strumming. You can work out your picking. You can work out your finger picking, right? So working on one hand at a time is a really good skill. So I'm going to set the metronome at 80 beats per minute. We're going to have some fun. Okay, so we're just going to start off just doing downbeat quarter notes here. Switch, switch, switch. I'm just going to actually turn down my headphones. There. Get the perfect volume. All right, so that's 80 beats per minute. So then the next step is to be able to play eighth notes. And then you want to play triplets. This is an area of much confusion for people, all right, is the triplets. It's one of the tougher ones to sort of get a hang of. It's an odd number. It's a little bit tricky to play sometimes for people. So I'm just going to help explain it. So really what's happening is on the metronome clicks, on the eighth note or the quarter notes, we're alternating. So the first downbeat, the first group of triplets in your measure, if it's a 4-bar measure or four beat measure, is down, up, down, and then the next beat would be up, down, up, and that's what's happening. Is it's alternating from down, up, 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 and that's what's confusing for people. So that's really important to play. So this is one of the things, if you really put time into learning how to play with the metronome and working out your different note groupings, quarter notes, eighth notes, triplets, 16s, 16th note triplets, etc. If you really put the time in and you get this working, you're going to find that you can just play guitar, and it's really, it's going to sound quite professional. Early on, one of the co-instructors at Scarborough Music, when I was starting out teaching and I was doing a lot of recording with my friend, I played him some of the music we were working on, and he said, "Look, you guys need to play to a metronome." And I said, "Really? Is that important?" He said, "Absolutely. Just try it." And we were really surprised at how hard it was to just do simple things to the metronome during recordings and make it sound comfortable. And it's been a lifelong pursuit since then to really try to get my groove to work. So you can try triplets with your strum patterns, and keep everything relaxed when you're doing this. All right, keep everything like really chill. So and you know, this is an opportunity not just to work on rhythm, but to work on your technique as well. So when you're strumming down, you know, like angle your hand or angle the pick, you know, with your hand so that it can run really smoothly over the strings. And when you're coming back up, angle the pick again and make sure that you're not picking on an angle where it's causing a lot of sort of grinding against the string. I'm going to just open up just going to keep an eye on the chat here, and see what's going on our end. So give me a second here. Just to make sure. Oh, now I'm going to have to mute the volume on that. Yeah, so if anyone's watching, don't be shy. Just, you know, fire away a question if you have one, and I'd be happy to answer it for you. Okay, so basically, where were we? Yeah, don't, you know, pick on an angle that's really irritating, you know, where you're getting a lot of grit. So this is a way to really get your strumming smooth. Those are triplets, right? There's quarter notes doing down up, quarter notes just doing downs, eighth notes, triplets, sixteens. Oh, hey Adam, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you there. Yeah, I'm just talking about groove, and you know, it's sort of guitar centric, but you know, you can apply it to the piano too, and it's something that's really worthwhile working at. Just like a simple scale. Just sort of find, you know, if you take a major scale and sort of apply eighth notes to your major scale and play it up and down the keyboard and incorporate the different keys. Or triplets, you start to so I usually add an extra little phrase to my scale so that it ends in a nice little tidy way, and do that. And then you can try your scales in 16th notes. And you can challenge yourself too. You can try playing scales in thirds. So, obviously some of that was a little choppy and maybe not played perfectly, but it's okay, right? And it's really valuable to try this stuff at different tempos and in different scales, and work it out in different ways for yourself so that you can sort of make music with it. Simple things can sometimes really get a little bit complicated and get a little bit difficult when you're trying. So spend a lot of time with it. Try different scales. Pentatonic scale works really nice. Like. So there, when I was doing that pattern, you have to be aware of where the upstrokes are landing on the beat, right? Because it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you're sort of, what I tend to do with triplets is as I accent the quarter notes, I accent the note that I'm having the click do, right? It's just a way of organizing those triplets. And I find it super useful. You can try different melodies. You don't have to play out of the scale. Once things start to get a little bit comfortable, you can try to sort of hum a try it a different key. I was getting off there a little bit, but nothing ventured, nothing gained kind of deal. You can try your arpeggios. You could try something, sort of complex, like well, that's a bit of a hot mess. And then the last one will be a little diminished one. So that's sort of a neat pattern that I'm not making sound very easy. It's I'll slow it down actually. It's good opportunity. And not making it any easier here. Yeah, I'll try that again. That's getting better. Okay. Yeah, on that third chord, I'm still getting a little bit of trouble, but that's a great little arpeggio, a little chance to do an arpeggio. Or you could take maybe a C major, like the open position on your guitar, and play in the first position all the notes in C. So you can start off with just quarter notes. Then graduate to eighth notes. And then triplets. And then 16ths. And then maybe quintuplets. Try that again. And again, like, you're going to run into problems like I did there. And now that I'm sort of in that problem, I can work my way out. And it's usually by going back to just looking at what the right hand's doing, like a... Hey Finn, what's up, buddy? Good to see you there. Yeah, and likewise, you don't need to have a pick for this. I know you love to finger pick, so there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm a little bit more comfortable with that exercise on a pick, but if I were to do it with my hands, I might just go thumb, index, like a 1, 2, 3, and a 4, and a... So if it's a triplet idea, I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And what's happening is I'm going thumb, index, thumb, and then I'm leading with my index for the next triplet. So it's right? That's just using my thumb and index. But then you could also use your I and M fingers, right? I'll just go to quarter notes because I'm rusty right now with these. And it's important to do this, just work things out. So it gives you a chance to really work on your technique and getting like a really nice sound out of the guitar and break it right down to quarters, right? And don't forget to make music when you're practicing this stuff. Like it's you don't have to just run scales. You can sort of pick a scale that's feeling good, and I might just try to make music in maybe an A minor scale, right? Like a... I'm improvising there just around some ideas in A minor and D minor, and I was sort of looking for something that didn't work out, but that's all right. I sort of like that triplet feel, so you can sort of play around with this stuff like a. You just sort of start to improvise, melodic ideas, or maybe out of a chord. Like. Now, I should really make a note here. When you're playing around with this stuff, you have to give yourself enough time to get good at it before you give up on it. A lot of people sort of try to play with a metronome. It's not very much fun right off the bat, and they say, "Hey, I think I don't like playing with the metronome," and that's fair, right? You can say that, but I feel that it's really important as a musician to master the skill before you give up on it. So try to really get great at jamming with the metronome so that it doesn't really feel like it's on before you give up on it, just because there's just so much there, and you're going to find that things that maybe take a long time to develop otherwise with your music playing, like if you're learning a song or if you're working with a friend on playing some music together, you're going to find that the more work that you've done with the metronome, it's just going to be easier to voice your musical ideas and to jam with people. So don't give up on it too soon. Don't give up on it prematurely. It's really important. So I'm going to look at just some strumming patterns here. So here's a nice little exercise that you can do. So we're going to think in measures, okay? We're going to think, I'm just going to have a sip of water here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and. That exercise is definitely one that separates, that gives you an opportunity to really get your strumming to a place that your music really sounds professional. It's really difficult to strum in time and strum really beautifully and sort of effortlessly go back and forth between note groupings like that. So all this exercise is it's quarters, eighths, triplets, sixteenths, and you could go up to groups of 5, like a. I wasn't making that sound very comfy, but if I slowed it down, it'd be a little easier. I'm gonna put my pick down just in case Finn's still watching. And Finn, so you can strum with your hand, right? Down with your fingers, up with your thumb, or your thumb pick, right? So I'm gonna do the same exercise where I'm just strumming down. I tend to use my middle fingernail, and then I go up with my thumbnail. Or you can just do down. So it's a combination of my arm and just releasing my fingers. Quarters, eighths, triplets, sixteens. Right, and then you could apply it to just maybe take a chord progression. So take any key. Sean was talking about playing out of different keys. So in the key of C, or in the key of A, whatever you want to do, or G or whatnot. We'll maybe pick G, like. There's a little pattern just going up the first 4 chords, right? So G, A minor, right? You can play it here. And then B minor, C, and then D, and then back to G. After the D, you could go to E minor, right? Right? Right here, or here. It's all over the place, right? So I'm just sort of not liking what I'm doing there, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm just sort of strumming along, trying to find a good chord progression, just using chords out of the key of G. Now, you might say, well, why can't I just put on a drum beat and play with that? Why wouldn't that work? And I would say, well, it would, and it's a good thing to do. Play with the drum beat. It's fun. I'm just reading what Adam says. Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Adam? I have. I've done a little bit of that, making a song. There's a couple of streams like that, and it's one of my favorite things to do. So you can take a look at it. On Friday, I think I just did like this version of Sunny. It was a little fast. I don't know, this is the wrong tempo for it. Anyways, but I did a little jazz version of Sunny. I sort of played the bass and did the chords, but you're right. And that's something that I'm going to follow through on because it's fun. It's just so fun to make a song. And it's fun, you know, if people are sort of watching, it sort of makes it more fun to be sitting back here alone producing because then you're not alone. So keep an eye out for that. I think I'm going to try to do it every Friday at the end of our whole streamathon. I feel like our Fridays, we're streaming so long that no one really knows what to watch or sort of take part in. But I plan to do a heck of a lot more. And guys, I want to actually, the thing that I want to do more than like have myself doing this is I want to have you guys up here. Like Adam, I want to have you come in and do a performance. Finn, you as well. I really want to have everybody come out and sort of do just sort of do recordings, and I can even like lay down a bass or whatever and film it and put it up on the channel and give you a chance to perform and share your music with your friends and family. I think it's so much fun, and it's such a cool way of keeping a scrapbook. And I feel like everyone is so precious about their, like they feel that you shouldn't feel too. It's a little bit scary, right? When you start putting your music up on the internet or whatever, you sort of worry that someone's going to say something mean. That's sort of the biggest fear. But, we're sort of so small right now that doesn't really happen. And I haven't had anything bad happen yet. And if I see something negative on the site, I'll just take it down. So it's a safe thing to do, so far, like knock on wood. You never know. But it's really cool to feel the sort of pressure of, doing a performance and getting a song finished now that we're not performing as much at Say What. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up a little bit, but you feel free to really jam things out. Like, so that was just sort of a little riff I came up with there. And that's okay too with the metronome. And that's a really good sort of a practice skill, is to just practice making music with the metronome and let it get comfortable, because it is really, it's challenging sometimes to play with it. But the idea is to be so comfortable with your timing that the metronome just does, it feels like it's just helping. It doesn't feel like it's like, oh, it's hindering me. It's hindering my creativity. Like, it should be, master it, and do that with just, it might mean starting off with a really simple, just a major scale, eighth notes, or 1 and 2. Triplets. Sixteens. Chords, right? Like a. Well. Yeah, there we go. There's a little diminished chord. That's just the key of C, and you can do that in different keys. You could start in B flat. Sorry. Well, I'm getting a little turned around there, so I'd slow it down. And you know, these little exercises, you can, if you start working them out, you're going to come up with exercises that really suit your liking and things that you sort of feel good about, and then it might turn into a song. Like I instantly sort of had a nice time playing up in B flat, and that's sort of a key that I don't often choose on the guitar. It's a little challenging, and I wasn't liking that as much as just going straight up the string with those little triads, but you get the idea. It's not just doing sort of technical, boring things that you can do with the metronome. You can actually play with it. You can actually make music and have fun and experiment and improvise. And I feel like my entire life is a series of improvisations, and it's good to practice living. You know, like your musical life can transpire into your life on earth, and I feel like it's a really good skill to be able to improvise, and it is in life, because you know, maybe you'll be you know, in some sort of situation you need to get out of it. I don't know, who knows. Just I was half making a joke, and then I was like, this could come off as a really mean or horrible joke, and no one needs to hear that right now, and with the world in the state that it's in. And jokes are often, you know, we can't, there's usually something a little wicked in every joke, isn't there? But no, you can work on your finger picking. You can work on just like picking scales. You can work on strumming. Anything with the metronome is really cool. I'm tired of listening to the metronome, as I'm sure you are too. So I'm going to let this go. But thanks for tuning into this, and I hope you got something useful out of it. Maybe what I'll do is just kill the click here. There we go. Little pressure relief there. Yeah. So, but jam with the click, and try to spend time with it every day, and get to the point that 16th notes feel really, really easy. Like that, I feel, is a real turning point in a lot of musicians' lives. Is just when 16th notes with the metronome feel really, really simple. Great things happen, because you're able to just phrase much better ideas. It's just so much fun. So throw on a drum beat. That doesn't hurt. There's nothing wrong with it. The drums sometimes make things a little easier, which is nice, but it's always good to go back to the click as well. The click doesn't fill in all the blanks for you, so you can you know, sort of go back and forth, but play with programmed drum beats, play with metronome settings, play with different ideas, and let me know how it goes. I want to hear from you. So every Monday I try to put something up on the Beyond the Beat page just about rhythm and time, just because on our YouTube channel, just because it's so essential. So there's a lot of metronomes that are free on the channel. If you just look at the metronome playlist, you can jam along with those. And that's it, guys. So I hope you dig it. Keep practicing, and I look forward to hearing lots of performances from all of you. And if you have an idea of something that you want to try to pull off here at the studio, I want to support you in it, and record you or film you doing it. So just you know, stay in touch with me, and always feel like you can just send me an email and ask any questions or whatever. I'm available. All right. So take it easy, everybody. Keep practicing, and I'm gonna turn off the stream, but I hope that was useful for you guys. All right. Hope everyone's good. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe, obviously. All right.